Good evening. This is All India Radio. I'm Abhishek Mukhopadhyay and with me is Aditi Lumba with the evening news. The headlines. Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh says India is strong and well equipped to deal with all challenges. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh says over the last 8 years, Prime Minister Modi's welfare schemes reached the neediest without any vote bank consideration. Economic Advisory Council to Prime Minister releases the competitiveness roadmap for India at 100. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to visit Kerala and Karnataka on the 1st and 2nd of September to commission Vikrant, country's first indigenously built aircraft carrier, on the 2nd of September at Kochi. Ministry of Coal to bring more than 2,400 hectare of area under coal field under green cover with plantation. In Jammu and Kashmir, security forces eliminate 3 Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists at Shopian district. Torrential rain and flood batter normal life in Karnataka, Kerala and Uttar Pradesh. President Draupadi Murmu greets the nation on eve of Ganesh Chaturthi. In Japan Open, India's ace shuttler Aegis Prannoy reaches second round. And in Durand Cup, Hyderabad FC trounces Neroka FC by 3-0. Match between Bangalore FC and FC Goa ended in a draw. Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh asserted that India has never attacked any country, nor has it captured an inch of foreign land, but if anyone ever tries to harm the sovereignty, unity and integrity of the nation, a befitting reply will be given. Addressing a function in Udaipur, Raksha Mantri said, under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, India has been transformed into a strong, confident and self-reliant nation which is fully equipped to deal with all kinds of threats and challenges. He stated that the steps taken by the government in the last 8 years have injected a new confidence into the armed forces. He said, India's armed forces, displaying tremendous might, carried out surgical strikes in 2016 and Balakot airstrikes in 2019. It was a proof that India's military prowess is no less than any country, he added. Shri Rajnath Singh assured the nation that the armed forces are deployed with full readiness to protect the people from anti-India elements. He asserted that the foundation of Atmanirbhar Bharat has been laid under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The strong and self-reliant new India is moving shoulder to shoulder with powerful countries, he added. Raksha Mantri listed out a number of steps taken by the Ministry of Defence to promote Atmanirbharta in defence, including issuance of 3 positive indigenization list of 310 items and earmarking 68% of capital procurement budget for domestic industry in Union Budget 2022-23. He remarked that foreign companies are being encouraged to manufacture in India under the Make in India, Make for the World vision to strengthen the domestic defence industry. Shri Rajnath Singh pointed out that the efforts taken by the government have started to bear fruit as India is not only catering to its own needs but is also fulfilling the requirements of other countries. He appreciated the fact that defence exports, which were worth about 900 crore rupees 8 years ago, have now grown to around 13,000 crore rupees. He added that a target of 2.75 lakh crore rupees worth of defence exports by 2047 has been set, exuding confidence that India is well on course to achieve the objective. Raksha Mantri reiterated the government's commitment to ensure the safety of Indians who not only reside within the country but also in other parts of the world. He stressed that the safe return of Indian nationals from Ukraine amid its ongoing situation with Russia was testament to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's resolve of ensuring the safety and security of every Indian.
Union Minister of State, PMO Personnel, Public Grievances, Pensions and Dr. Jitendra Singh today said that over the last 8 years, Prime Minister Narendra Modi's welfare schemes reached the neediest without any vote bank consideration. Addressing meetings with beneficiaries and Municipal Council chairperson and members at Mainpuri in Uttar Pradesh, Dr. Jitendra Singh said each of the pro-poor and public welfare schemes were designed in such a manner so as to reach the neediest or the last man in the last queue, regardless of caste, creed, religion or any vote consideration. He said this is fully in tune with Deen Dayal Upadhyay's philosophy of Antyodaya, which means rise of the last person. The Economic Advisory Council to Prime Minister EAC-PM today released the Competitiveness Roadmap for India at 100 in New Delhi. The document was released in the presence of Chairman EAC-PM Dr. Bibek Debroy, India's G20 Sherpa Amitabh Kant, member of EAC-PM Sanjeev Sanyal, and Dr. Christian Kettles from Harvard Business School. In his address, Dr. Debroy stated the importance of looking at the economic trends to ascertain what India needs to do to be a highly prosperous country by 2047.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will commission Vikrant, the country's first indigenously built aircraft carrier, on the 2nd of September at Kochi. With the commissioning of Vikrant, India will have 2 operational aircraft carriers, which will bolster the maritime security of the nation. During the event, the Prime Minister will also unveil the new naval sign, Nishan, doing away with the colonial past and befitting the rich Indian maritime heritage. Mr. Modi will visit Karnataka and Kerala on the 1st and 2nd of September. Mr. Modi will visit Sri Adi Shankara Janmabhoomi Kshetram, the holy birthplace of Adi Shankaracharya, at Kaldi village near Cochin Airport. Prime Minister will also inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of projects worth around 3,800 crores in Mangaluru. Home Minister Amit Shah has directed that forensic investigation should be made mandatory in all crimes involving punishment of more than 6 years in Delhi to increase the conviction rate. Mr. Shah today visited Delhi Police Headquarters at the national capital and held an extensive meeting with the officers on various subjects. He said that in the identified offences of serious nature, charge sheets should be filed by the police only after legal vetting. Mr. Shah said surveillance is a major component of policing in preventing and investigating crime. He said the cameras installed by the civil administration and police in Delhi, as well as CCTV cameras installed in public places like airports, railway stations, bus stands, markets, should be integrated with the control room. He said safety of women, children and senior citizens should be a priority. Mr. Shah directed to provide them a safe environment with a more professional and sensitive approach should be accelerated. Home Minister said that the government is determined to free the country from the curse of drugs and a detailed action plan has been prepared to crack down on narcotics in Delhi. He said that a strategy was prepared to crack down on multi-state criminal gangs operating in the National Capital Region and neighbouring states of Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab and Haryana. In the meeting, there was an in-depth discussion on the security arrangements at the G20 summit to be held in India.
The Coal Ministry has set an ambitious goal for coal companies to bring more than 2,400 hectares of area in and around coal fields under green cover in 2022-23. This will aid in planting more than 50 lakh saplings. As of now, Green Drive is in full swing in coal mining areas and about 1,000 hectares of land has already been covered through block plantation, bamboo plantation and high-tech cultivation by the 15th of this month. The ministry said this initiative will support India's nationally determined contributions commitment to create additional carbon sink of 2.5 to 3 billion tons of carbon dioxide equivalent through additional forest and tree cover by 2030. A Memorandum of Understanding MOU was signed today between Pharmacopoeia Commission for Indian Medicine and Homeopathy under Ministry of Ayush and Indian Pharmacopoeia Mission under Ministry of Health in New Delhi for inter-ministerial cooperation for promotion and facilitation of One Herb One Standard. Professor Vaidya, P.K. Prajapati, Director in charge of PCIM&H, and Rajiv Singh Raghuvanshi, Secretary cum Scientific Director, signed the MOU in the presence of Secretary Ayush Ministry, Vaidya Rajesh Kotecha. On this occasion, Mr. Kotecha said, the primary objective of this MOU is the development of cooperative efforts between both organizations to promote public health by facilitating the development of harmonized herbal drug standards. He said since both are working with a common cause, it is logical and meaningful to harmonize the standards to achieve One Herb One Standard.
Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal today chaired a meeting to review the progress of Open Network for Digital Commerce, ONDC, in New Delhi. He said the basic purpose of ONDC is to assist the small, undigitized trader who must be assisted to get digitized and avail opportunities offered by the e-commerce ecosystem. During the meeting, it was surprised that since the Alpha launch in 5 cities in April this year, ONDC has been testing with a closed user group for end-to-end execution to understand their fulfillment. Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari has said that intermodal station is being developed in Katra to improve the travelling experience of pilgrims who are visiting Mata Vaishno Devi Temple. National Highway Logistics Management Limited and Katra Development Authority signed an MOU in this regard in New Delhi today. In a tweet, Mr. Gadkari said government is developing intermodal stations across the country for improving passenger infrastructure development.
In Jammu and Kashmir, the 9.8-kilometer railway tunnel connecting two stations on the 111-kilometer under construction Banihal-Katra railway link of Udhampur-Srinagar-Baramulla railway line project has been completed. AIR Jammu correspondent reports that the Dugga railway station located on its Jammu end has been connected with Basendadar Sawalkot railway station towards Srinagar end by the completion of this tunnel. This is the third tunnel following the 12.6 kilometers tunnel T49B, the longest tunnel of the Indian Railways, which was completed in January this year. On the 14th of August, the world's highest rail bridge over the Chenab River in Kori area of Riyasi district achieved a milestone when the overarch deck of the bridge was completed with a golden joint. Amidst the ongoing political crisis in Jharkhand, 41 people, including Congress state in charge Avinash Pandey, State Congress President Rajesh Thakur and more than 32 UPA MLAs of the ruling party in Jharkhand have reached Raipur this evening via a private airplane. The MLAs will stay in Mayfair Golf Resort in Raipur in Chhattisgarh. Chief Minister Hemant Soren at Birsa Munda Airport said that the shifting of MLAs to Raipur is part of the political stunt. The MLAs will stay at Raipur for 2 days. According to airport authorities, 19 MLAs of JMM, 30 MLAs of Congress have been shifted to Raipur.
In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, 3 terrorists affiliated with the proscribed Lashkar-e-Taiba terror outfit were killed in a gunfight that broke out between terrorist and security forces at Nagbal village of South Kashmir's Shopian district this evening. According to police sources, a joint team of police, Army and Central Reserve Police Force, after receiving an intelligence input about the presence of terrorists, launched a search operation in the area. As the joint team of forces intensified searches towards the suspected spot, the hiding terrorists fired upon the party, which was retaliated, thus triggering an encounter that resulted in the killing of 3 LET terrorists. Meanwhile, the search operation in the area was underway till the reports last came in. Further details are awaited. In Jammu and Kashmir, 8 people were killed and 3 others injured critically when a sports utility vehicle, SUV, skidded off the road and plunged into a deep gorge at Chhatru Tehsil of Kishtwar district of Jammu division today. AIR Jammu correspondent reports that the SUV carrying the passengers from Chingam to Chhatru met with the accident near village Ponda at around 3:15 p.m. The rescue teams comprising police, Rashtra Rifles and local villagers swung into action immediately after the vehicle rolled down from the hilly road. SSP Kishtwar, Shafkat Bhatt, has reached the spot and is supervising the rescue operation. Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha has extended deepest condolences to the bereaved families through a tweet. He directed district administration to ensure best possible treatment to the injured. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh termed the accident as unfortunate and said all possible help as required will be provided.
You're listening to the Evening News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh says India is strong and well equipped to deal with all the challenges. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh says over the last 8 years, Prime Minister Modi's welfare schemes reached the neediest without any vote bank consideration. Economic Advisory Council to Prime Minister releases the Competitiveness Roadmap for India at 100. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to visit Kerala and Karnataka on 1st and 2nd September to commission Vikrant, country's first indigenously built aircraft carrier, on 2nd September at Kochi. Ministry of Coal to bring more than 2,400 hectare of area around coal field under green cover with plantation. In Jammu and Kashmir, security forces eliminate 3 Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists at Shopian district. Torrential rain and flood batter normal life in Karnataka, Kerala and Uttar Pradesh. President Draupadi Murmu greets the nation on eve of Ganesh Chaturthi. In Japan Open, India's ace shuttler H.S. Pranoy reaches second round, and in Durand Cup, Hyderabad FC trounces Neruka FC by 3-0. Match between Bangalore FC and FC Goa ended in a draw. For quick news updates around the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
Welcome back to the evening news. Minister of State for External Affairs Dr. Rajkumar Ranjan Singh concluded his 3-day official visit to Asean Secretariat in Jakarta, Indonesia today. This was his first visit to Asean Secretariat as well as to Indonesia. During the visit, the MOS also had engagements to strengthen bilateral relations with Indonesia. Yesterday, Mr. Singh and Secretary General of ASEAN, Lim Jok Hoi, jointly inaugurated the ASEAN India Network of University. AINU was announced by Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the ASEAN India Commemorative Summit in 2018 as a consortium of premier institutes from India and ASEAN that would build a core network of knowledge capital in the region. AINU has been spearheaded by India's Nalanda University and ASEAN University Network. India's COVID vaccination coverage has crossed 212 crore 37 lakh mark. More than 18 lakh vaccine doses were administered yesterday. The Union Health Ministry said the cumulative first dose of COVID vaccine have been administered to over 102 crore 29 lakh and second dose have been administered to more than 94 crore 24 lakh.
In Uttar Pradesh, many districts are reeling under the flood. Fury has been caused by the release of water and heavy rain in the catchment area of major rivers. Many ministers took stock of the flood situation in some major districts today and asked the administration to expedite the relief work.
Deputy Chief Minister Keshav Prasad Maurya visited Prayagraj district where many low-lying areas are submerged in the water of Ganga and Yamuna rivers. He reviewed the relief and rescue operation and asked the officials to help every citizen who is stuck in the flood waters. Varanasi district is also facing the fury of flood where Ganga river is in its spate and all the famous ghats are submerged in flood water. Water of Ganga river has reached till the stairs of Kashi Vishwanath corridor and the river is flowing 1 meter above the danger mark in the city. Union Minister and MP from the neighboring Chandauli district, Dr. Mahendranath Pandey visited the flood affected areas of the city and reviewed the rescue and relief operation. Jal Shakti Mantri
The southwest monsoon is vigorous over south interior Karnataka and active over north interior Karnataka. Rainfall occurred at most places over coastal Karnataka and south interior Karnataka and at many places over north interior Karnataka. Maddur in Mandya district recorded very heavy rainfall of 14 centimeters, followed by 13 centimeters in Chitradurga and Tumkuru and 12 centimeters in Bengaluru rural districts. The Meteorological Department forecast says that rain or thunder showers are very likely to occur at most places over the state. More from a correspondent.
The onset of southwest monsoon has brought copious rainfall in the state. The Health Minister Dr. K. Sudhakar has said that the downpour has caused extensive damage to infrastructure and the standing crops. He said that measures will be taken to restore power and repair roads and bridges damaged by rain. The Revenue Department will conduct survey of the crop loss and initiate process to compensate the farmers. He said that in the coming days measures will be taken to store the rainwater, to utilize it for irrigation and to replenish groundwater. Sudhindra, AIR News, Bengaluru.
In Kerala, the Met Department has said thunderstorm with heavy rainfall and gusty wind speeds reaching up to 40 km per hour is likely at one or two places in the districts of Pathanamthitta, Kottayam, Alapura, Ernakulam and Idukki. The department has issued an orange alert in these districts besides Thrissur. Although there was some let-up in the rain during the day, by evening, a slight drizzle and a heavily overcast sky indicated the possibility of more heavy rains in store. Over the past 75 years since independence, India's largest public service broadcaster, All India Radio, has been the proverbial storyteller for the 1.3 billion citizens across the country. All India Radio is celebrating 75 years of freedom with a series, Azad Bharat Ki Baat, Akashvani ke Saath. It showcases the journey of India since independence in various walks of life through the storytelling of All India Radio.
आजाद भारत की बात आकाशवाणी के साथ, reliving the journey of India since independence over the last 75 years with All India Radio. From 15th August, the series is being broadcast on All India Radio 100.1 FM Gold Channel, primetime news bulletins and across all its platforms. Tune in to stay updated with All India Radio.
In today's episode, we bring you the story of the dark days of emergency in India.
In the year 1975, in a significant political development, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi's win in the 1971 Rai Bareli parliamentary elections came under scrutiny. Socialist leader Raj Narayan, who had contested against her, filed a petition in the Allahabad High Court accusing Mrs. Gandhi of having won the election through corrupt practices and misuse of government machinery. On the 12th June 1975, Justice Jagmohan Lal Sinha declared Indira's election as null and void. He also barred her from contesting an election for 6 years, but gave the Congress 20 days to find a replacement Prime Minister. Mrs. Gandhi appealed against the verdict in the Supreme Court. On the 24th June 1975, the Apex Court granted a conditional stay, but ordered her not to oversee any parliamentary proceedings. On the 25th June 1975, President Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed declared national emergency by invoking Article 352 of the Indian Constitution for maintaining national security amid internal disturbance. On June 26, from the All India Radio studios, Prime Minister Indira Gandhi said, "The President has proclaimed emergency. There is nothing to panic about."
भाइयों और बहनों, राष्ट्रपति जी ने आपातकाल की घोषणा की है।
This announcement by then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi hurled India into the darkest period of her democratic history.
The period of emergency lasted for around 21 months. Starting from midnight of 25th June 1975 till its withdrawal on the 21st March 1977. During this time, restrictions were imposed on the fundamental rights of the citizens as well as censorship of the press. Lok Nayak Jayaprakash Narayan started a movement against the autocracy.
चाहे वो प्रधानमंत्री हो, मुख्यमंत्री हो, विरोधी पक्ष के नेता हो, कोई भी हो, ऐसा लगता है कि लोग असहाय हैं इस परिस्थिति में। किस परिस्थिति में? ये सारा भ्रष्टाचार फैला हुआ है, जिस भ्रष्टाचार के कारण इन कानूनों का कार्यान्वयन नहीं हो रहा है, अमल में नहीं लाया जा रहा है। लाए जा रहे हैं कानून और लाए भी जा रहे हैं तो गलत तरीके से लाए जा रहे हैं।
Those who opposed the decision of the government were arrested. This period is regarded as one of the darkest days in the history of democracy in India. Atal Bihari Vajpayee was in the forefront opposing the emergency.
अनुशासन के नाम पर अनुशासन का खून भंग कर दिया संघ को। कैसा चढ़ा जुनून, कैसा चढ़ा जुनून। मत पूजा प्रतिबंधित, कुटिल कर रहे केशव कुल की कीर्ति कलंकित। कह दी कविराय तोड़ कानूनी कारा, गूंजेगा भारत माता की जय का नारा।
Once the emergency was lifted on the 21st March 1977, the country witnessed fresh elections in which the Congress party lost and the Janata Party came to power.
Azad Bharat Ki Baat, Akashvani ke Saath can be accessed on @AIR News Alerts on Twitter, News on AIR official YouTube channel, News on AIR app, Facebook and Instagram handles. So tune into All India Radio News for Azad Bharat Ki Baat, Akashvani ke Saath.
reality. In his message, Mr. Dhankar said, Ganesh Chaturthi marks the birthday of Lord Ganesh, celebrated with traditional fervour and gaiety. He said the festival of Ganesh Chaturthi, representing India's composite culture, transcends the boundaries of caste, creed and religion. On this occasion, the Vice President prayed for the good health, happiness and prosperity of all countrymen. In Maharashtra, last-minute preparations are underway in various households and public pandals to welcome the favourite god, Lord Ganesha. The 10-day festivities will begin from tomorrow. People thronged at markets to make purchases of sweets, decorative articles and other essential items required while installing the idol of Lord Ganesha. Our Mumbai correspondent has more details.
There is jubilation among devotees to welcome their favorite god, Lord Ganesha, for 10 days Ganeshotsav that begins tomorrow sans COVID-19 restrictions. Traditionally, since ages, the festival is celebrated with much enthusiasm in Konkan region of Maharashtra. In Sindhudurga, this time around, there is going to be a rise in household Ganesh idols. Usually, 65 to 66,000 households install the idols in Sindhudurga, but this time it will be nearly 69,000. People from various parts of Mumbai and Thane have reached Konkan to celebrate the festival with their family and friends. Authorities have been appealing people to prefer eco-friendly Ganesh idols over those made from plaster of Paris to prevent environmental pollution. Meanwhile, in a short while from now, people will start welcoming the idols by beating the drums and chanting Ganpati Bappa Moria, Mangalmurti Moria. With Kunal Shinde, this is Jeevan Bhausar, AIR News.
In Japan Open Badminton Tournament, India's ace shuttler Asis Prannoy reached the second round. He was leading 11-10 in the first game when his opponent Angus N. Ka Long withdrew. He will meet world champion Law Keen Yew of Singapore in the second round. However, Indian duo of Ashwini Sikha was knocked out after losing to Bak Lee 15-21, 9-21. In Durand Cup football, a match between Hyderabad FC trounced Neroka FC by 3-0 at Imphal. Earlier, the match between Bangalore FC and FC Goa ended in a draw, with both teams scored 2 goals each at the Salt Lake Stadium, Kolkata. At the stock markets, key indices posted over 2.5% gains today, and the rupee ended with huge appreciation against the dollar. Now, let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. National capital Delhi is expected to have generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. The minimum temperature will be 26 degrees Celsius, while a maximum of around 30 degrees. Mumbai is likely to have generally cloudy sky with light rain. The minimum temperature will be 25 degrees Celsius, and the maximum will be around 33 degrees. Kolkata is expected to have partly cloudy sky with possibility of moderate rain or thunderstorm. The minimum temperature will be 25 degrees Celsius, and the maximum will be around 34 degrees. Chennai will have partly cloudy sky with possibility of moderate rain or thunderstorm. And now, before I end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Raksha Mantri Shri Rajnath Singh says India is strong and well equipped to deal with all challenges. Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh says over the last 8 years, Prime Minister Modi's welfare schemes reached the neediest without any vote bank consideration. Economic Advisory Council to Prime Minister releases the competitiveness roadmap for India at 100. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to visit Kerala and Karnataka on the 1st and 2nd of September to commission Vikrant, country's first indigenously built aircraft carrier, on the 2nd of September at Kochi. Ministry of Coal to bring more than 2,400 hectare of area around coal field under green cover with plantation. In Jammu and Kashmir, security forces eliminate 3 Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists at Shopian district. Torrential rain and flood batter normal life in Karnataka, Kerala and Uttar Pradesh. President Draupadi Murmu greets the nation on eve of Ganesh Chaturthi. In Japan Open, India's ace shuttler Asis Prannoy reaches second round. And in Durand Cup, Hyderabad FC trounces Neroka FC by 3-0. Match between Bangalore FC and FC Goa ended in a draw. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.